Hi guys, so we are going to solve today Mathematics A Paper 1 HR for Higher Tier. The purpose of this video is many times students do face problems, especially into the last lap of exams, that what should we do, and we sometimes even stress of whether we'll get good marks or no. So today what we are planning to do is just solve this paper immediately, and we also should check that in case you are not fully prepared, which are those small sums in the paper which will actually gonna give you more marks even if you are less prepared, right? So let's start with solving the sums. So I'm going to solve the things just like a student, because by my background I have been teaching IGCSE and GCSE curriculum since almost 14 years for now, and I really like helping students for making them pro in maths, physics, chemistry also. We are going to start with maths today, and very soon we are going to cover also chemistry, physics, and biology. So let's start with the paper. Simple sum, total 3 marks are there here. So it is easy for you to score it. How to score it is simple. 5 3 is 15 plus 1, 16 upon 5 into 6 1s are 6 plus 5, 11 upon 6, which makes it 2 3s are 6, 2 8s are 16, which is 88 upon 15. As you know, 15 and 15 is already there, means you are on the right track. So 15 5s are 75, we all know, and 13. So our answer is ready here. Okay, so we got 3 marks immediately. We have a good start. Now let's look at the other question. Here what you can see is that given that A, B, C are 4 whole numbers, correct? And A, B, C have mode of 7. What is the mode? Highest frequency. Means 7 number will be repeated. Median of 8.5 means average of first 2 numbers, and mean of 9 means summation of all the numbers is going to be 9. So A plus B plus C is going to be 36. Why? Because mean is 9, you multiply that by 4 numbers. So in such cases what you should do is just write 1 2 3 4 A, B and C, correct? Mode of 7. As mode is 7 and median is more than that, we clearly know 7 is going to be here. Now it's about median, right? Median is nothing but A plus B divided by 2. So we know 8.5 is equal to A plus B divided by 2, which is 17 is equal to A is 7 plus B. So obviously our B stands for 10. Now what is B plus C? 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 10 is 24. So 24 plus C is going to be 36. Hence my C is going to be 12. So what do I write as an answer? A is 7, B is 10, and C is 12. 4 marks, easy to get it. Let's get it here, very simple. On the number line it shows inequality minus 2y and this. We have to cover it up. As it is equal to, greater than equal to, obviously this needs to be covered with a dark spot, and this should be covered with a light spot. And this is the inequality between which the y lies down, correct? So you can actually show this kind of thing on the number line. Now let's look at the other part of it. N is an integer. Write down all the values of n that satisfy this range. Means it is greater than 3.4. So obviously 3.4 you won't consider, right? So minus 3 is greater than that. So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and less than equal to means cover 2 also, correct? So our values are minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. So these are all integers, means whole numbers, right? So it was for 2 marks and 2 marks. So we have actually got all of them. Now let's look at this part, right? A train journey from Paris, actually transferred from Paris to Amsterdam, took 3 hours 24 minutes. And the distance was 433.5 kilometers. So what mistake which people do is that when we know distance is equal to speed over time, what mistake people do is they assume 3.24 is equal to 3 hours 24 minutes at 3.24. No, that is wrong, because 24 minutes are actually component of 24 upon 60, right, which is equal to 0.4. So 3 hours 24 minutes actually correspond to 3.4 hours, right? Now if you look at this, which is 433.5 divided by 3.4, you get this answer. Do we know what is the correct answer? We can check out. So just divide that by 3. 433.5 divided by 3.4. Do you want to do it? Let me wait for you. Let's see if we both get the same answer. Try what should be the answer. Now in such cases you can even do approximation in case you are actually not ready for it. So meanwhile you are solving it, I'll leave it to you. Fine enough? Fine. So this is for 3 marks, another easy question, but remember you get 1 mark for showing the formula, 1 mark for actually writing it this, and 1 mark for the actual calculation and the marks, right? So that is how we calculate the stuff. And now we are going to go for the next question. Have you got your answer? So what is the correct answer? 433.5 divided by 3.4 is equal to 140.4. Sorry, 120.4 kilometers per hour. Correct? So we have got our answer correct for this. And we have got 3 marks also for this. Let's look at the next one. Next one is geometry and mensuration. Correct? So let's see what the question says. The question says that this diagram shows a cuboid and a cylinder. Correct? The dimensions of the cuboid are x by 12 by 5. X by 12 by 5. Correct? Volume of the cuboid is 270. So we clearly know whatever questions you are solving, if you get the easiest things immediately, just keep on solving. So we know the radius of this is equal to the height of this. Correct? So if we get the height, obviously we are going to get the radius. So what they are saying that the cuboid x 12.5, the volume is 270. Means 270 is equal to 12 into 5 into x, which is equal to 60x. Hence, x is equal to 270 upon 60, which is equal to 4.5. Correct? So we got x as 4.5. Let's mark x as 4.5 here. Radius is also 4.5. So obviously my height becomes twice of 4.5, which is 9. Correct? Now we have to mention that calculate the volume of the cylinder. You know what is the volume of cylinder? Volume of cylinder is going to be pi r square h. Correct? Pi r square h. Pi is 3.14. We know what is the r value. R value is 4.5 the whole square into what is the height? Height is 9, which is 3.14. What is 4.5 square? There is a trick for it. Whenever you have any number ending with 5, write 25, put a dot. What number comes after 4? 5. So 20 into 9. Do you want to take a guess? What is the answer? 3.14 into 20.25. 3.14 into 20.25 into 9. So correct answer is 572.27. So we have to write a whole number. So correct whole number is 572 because this answer comes to around 572.26. Correct? So you have to write the whole number. Right? That is done. Change 1 meter to 1 centimeter. Now when you are asked to change 1 meter to 1 centimeter, the best part what you should do is first write 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters. So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Then you have to cube it. You have to cube it 1 meter into 1 meter into 1 meter is equal to 100 into 100 into 100, which corresponds to 10 raised to 6. Correct? So when this question is asked, you can simply write 10 raised to 6 centimeter cube. So my 1 meter cube is actually equal to 10 raised to 6 centimeter cube. Correct? Most people mistake is that they simply think that my 1 meter is equal to 100. So 100 into 3, 300. No, that is the wrong approach for this. So again, easy marks we have got 4. No problem. Now these kind of questions will also give you very easy way to score more. You have to make C the subject of the formula. Correct? So obviously AY is equal to C minus phi Z, correct? People start with this and then they make a mistake. No, it is not like that, because Y is a common denominator here, correct? So right approach is, if A is equal to C upon Y minus phi Z, get phi Z here first. A plus phi Z is equal to C upon Y, correct? Put a bracket immediately so that you know it is a separate entity, and hence C will be equal to Y into A plus phi Z equals C. Do not forget to write the answer here. Y into A plus phi Z is equal to C, and I'm ready with it. Another easy question. Anything raised to 0 is always 1, so you get 1 mark like a cakewalk. Factorize this, correct? So 24 is a number which has a product of 2. So which are two such numbers which have summation as minus 11, right? Minus 11 as a sum. So those two numbers are, I know, it could be 12 twos are, which are the factors? 12 twos are 24, correct? 6 fours are 24, 8 threes are 24, correct? Out of which sums look around 11? This one looks around 11, correct? And there is a trick. Whenever the product is positive and addition is negative, you have to put negative sign to all the true numbers, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to write minus 11 as x square minus 8x minus 3x plus 24. This is ultimately nothing but I have my breakup of minus 11. So I put my x outside, x minus 8 minus 3, x minus 8. So x minus 3 and x minus 8 are my factors for the question, correct? This question was of 2 marks. Again, we have got it right. Now we are going to solve another question, which is of the compounding interest. So Kuro invests 50,000 yen for 3 years into saving accounts. Okay, it's just 3 years is my time period. This is my principal amount. She gets, this is my interest per year, compounding interest. How much money Kuro will have in her saving account at the end of 3 years, correct? So what is the fundamental? Principal into 1 plus r upon 100 raised to the number of years, correct? What is the principal amount here? Principal amount is 50,000. 1 plus 2.4 upon 100 raised to 3, which is equal to 50,000 into 1 plus 0.24 raised to 3, correct? Do you guys want to give an attempt to it? Just take 2 minutes and just see what kind of answer you get. So the correct answer is 53,687.09. This is the total amount she gets, right? So at the end of it, she will have this much amount. They are asking to the nearest yen, right? So nearest yen could be this. So we can answer right as 53,687, correct? Never forget to check in what format the answer is asked. Are they asking the answer is nearest 10, or they're asking in terms of 3 significant figures? Because this is the most commonly asked form in GCSE or IGCSE both, right? So this is what it is. Let's go to the next question, and we have easily scored 3 marks here. Fine. So now in such question, there is one formula which you must know, right? That is, you can't actually forget. And that formula is 180 into n minus 2 is equal to total sum of angles in a polygon. Hence, I get it that 180 into n minus 2 upon n is equal to internal angle of a polygon. Correct? This is what it is. So let's see here how the things will work. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a pentagon, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a hexagon. Correct? So what is the internal angle for this pentagon? Internal angle for the pentagon is 180 into 5 minus 2 upon 5, which makes it 540 upon 5, which makes it 108 degrees for this, right? For hexagon, 180 into 6 minus 2 upon 5, which makes it 720 upon 5, which makes it 144 degrees, correct? 180 into 6 minus 2 upon 5 is 720 upon 5, and 720 upon 5 is equal to 144. So my this angle here is equal to 144. Now I know I need to find this angle, correct? Because this is 108, as per linearity, my this angle becomes 72. Because this is also 144 degrees, my this angle becomes 180 minus 144. What is 180 minus 144? Which is 36. So this is 36 degrees, correct? This angle will be this. To find this angle, what I have to do? 360 minus 108 minus 144, right? So 144 plus 108 is equal to 252, and I do 360 minus 252, which is 108 again, correct? Now it's a form of cyclic quadrilateral, correct? Cyclic quadrilateral. So my x is going to be, so I will write my x is equal to 360 minus 72 plus 108 plus 36. Do you want to try how much we are going to get the answer as? Please do 360 minus 72 minus 108 minus 36, which is 144. Always check it's a quite obtuse angle. So in case you get answer in acute angle, you will be wrong, right? So your answer is x equals 144. So you can write down the answer here as 144 degrees, correct? Easy sum. Only thing you need to know here is the formula, which is 180 into n minus 2, 180 into n minus 2 upon n. That's it, correct? And you end up getting 5 marks for this. So even if you are not fully prepared for the exam, these kind of questions actually will put you slightly ahead of the curve, correct? Now let's look at another interesting question, which is here, which is a equals to 2 raised to 8, b raised to 2 raised to 6, and find the highest common factor of this, correct? Highest common factor of this. Highest common factor between this and this is what? 2 raised to 6. Between 3 raised to 5 and 3 is obviously 3 into 11 raised to 4 and 11 raised to 8. What is the common factor? 11 raised to 4. So you can even write answer like this directly. 2 raised to 6 into 3 into 11 raised to 4, and you are still be correct. No problem. Now you are finding it that find the lowest common multiple LCM of 2a and 3b. LCM as a power of the prime factors, correct? No problem. So my 2a becomes 2 into 2 raised to 8 into 3 raised to 5 into 11 raised to 4, which is equal to 2 raised to 9 into 3 raised to 5 into 11 raised to 4. This is my A. And 3b. 3b is what? 3 into 2 raised to 6 into 3 into 11 raised to 8. Correct? Now 3 into 3 actually becomes 3 square into 2 raised to 6 into 11 raised to 8. Correct? Now I have to find the LCM of that. What is LCM? LCM is HCF, or the commonest factor, multiplied by non-common integers. Correct? So what is my HCF of these two? Which is the most common thing? 2 raised to 6, of course. multiplied by, what is the common factor here? 3 raised to square into 11 raised to 4. So this is my HCF for this number, correct? Now when I do this, what do I have left with? I have left with, what is the uncommon factor? Uncommon factor is obviously 2 cube into 3 square into 11 raised to 4. Correct? So LCM can also be denoted like that. Fine? Now, let's look at the next question, which is another geometry question. They are in the shape of a pentagon, okay, with exactly one line of symmetry. Exactly one line of symmetry means this is called exactly one line of symmetry. Correct? And it is the face of a wall, and 7, 7, 6, 6 is the same. So you can even draw perpendicular here into this. This should be equal. This is 10, so obviously you can draw another line here. This will also be 10. Correct? This is also perpendicular. This is 6, 6. Right? So what they are saying is that Omondi is going to paint this wall for once. He has to buy all the paint that he needs to use. Okay? The paint, each 10 of the amount is going to buy a cover of 16 meters here for the face of the wall. Work the least number of times paint Omondi will need to buy. Show your working clearly. So what the question says that firstly it is very clear, it is meter square, means obviously it is pertaining to the area of the question. Correct? Omondi is going to paint his face for the wall once. He has to buy all the paint that he needs to use. Fair enough. Now this is 5. This is also 5. Correct? So area of this rectangle is going to be 10 into 6, which is 60, because length into breadth is the area of a rectangle. Now he needs to find area of this part. Correct? Area is of course base into height. Height do we know? No. What can you use to find the height? Height can be Pythagoras theorem, which is 7 square minus 5 square under root 49 minus 25, 24. 24 can be further written as 4 6 24. So 4 into 6, which can be written as 2 root 6 is the height of it. Correct? So base into height. So area of a triangle is half into base into height, which is equal to half into 10 into 2 root 6. 2 cancel. I get 10 root 6 as the height. Now what is the total area? 10 root 6 plus 60. Correct? If you want to convert 10 root 6 into 60, you can convert this into the decimal also. So what is root 6? 10 into root 6. It is 24.4 plus 60, which makes it 84.4 centimeter square. The paint in each tin of the paint is going to buy will cover 16 meters square of the area. Correct? So each paint will cover 16 meters square. Correct? So if you have to cover the whole area, how many paint he will need? 16.84.4 upon 16, which is equal to, he will need at least 5 full paints. Correct? But if he needs 5 paints, it's going to cover 80 centimeters square. Right? So he will need one more. So he will need at least 6 full tins of the information or of the tin. Correct? So we have got 5 marks here. Correct? So in such cases, always be ensure that you actually don't miss out on such easy questions. Right? In case you are not prepared for the exam fully, I recommend, why don't you just focus on these selected questions and you will still end up scoring good marks for the same. Right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to solve one more paper, and in our next video, we'll cover the rest of the paper. Correct? So cumulative frequency, I hope you know the meaning of cumulative frequency. You just keep on adding up everything from the top. Correct? So 8 plus 5 is 23. 23 plus 17 makes it 40. That is what the purpose of cumulative frequency is. So 0 to 5, write 8. 0 to 10, 15 plus 8 is going to be 23. Now there is 17 more, it will make it 40. 28 more is going to be 68. 68 plus 33 is going to be 101, and 101 plus 19 is going to be 120. Let me explain again how this fundamental of cumulative frequency works. You add the above number and the bottom number and write the next number. So 43 plus 28 will make it 68. 68 plus 33 is going to make it 101. 101 plus 19 is going to make it 120, and that's what we are here for, 120. Right? Now we have to draw this currently cumulative frequency graph. Always remember, in cumulative frequency graph, this is your y-axis, this number, and this is going to be your x-axis. Correct? So I know it is 5, 8. So what I'm going to do is 5 and 8. Where is 8? 8 is somewhere here. Then I have 10, 23. Where is 10, 23? 10 is here. 23 will be approximately somewhere here. Next I have is 15, 40. So I have 15 and I have 40. Next I have is 20, 68. So where is 20? 20 is here. 68 is approximately somewhere close to 70 here. Next is 25, 101. So 25, 101, slightly above 100. Correct? And then 120, 30, 120. So 30 is here and 120 is here. Now because this story started from 0, you can even include 0 into the summation. So just connect 0, 5 this. You can write it as a curve. You can also connect as a straight line. But curve is better because it gives you a much clearer answer. You should have to find an estimate for the median of the times weighted. Median. Correct? Median. What is the meaning of median? Median is the central tendency of the number. So here central tendency is around 60 of the cumulative frequency. Here. Correct? Of the time weighted. So just put the graph down like this. Answer is approximately, you can say 19 minutes. Correct? This is 19. Fair enough. Using your graph, find the estimate of the percentage of 120 people who said they waited for longer than 23 minutes before their call was answered. Correct? So where does 23 stand here? 23 actually stands somewhere close to this point. Right? Now if I actually try to draw the straight line from 23 here, it will reach here. Correct? And take a guess on the left. Correct? So total, how many people are there? These are the people who actually waited for over 23 minutes. Correct? So this is over 23 minutes and this is over 23 minutes. So this number approximately is around 20 plus 6. Approximately this number is close to around 26. Right? So how much percent of people will be 26 upon 120 into 100? Correct? So approximately that number is 260 upon 12, which is equal to 2.1. Sorry, 21. This is 21%. 2.1 into that. Cool. So approximately 21% or 21.2% you can write down as your answer of the people who actually waited over 23 minutes. Correct? Cool. So I think video is getting extended. So what I'm going to do is just thank you for listening and stay tuned with our channel. Stay tuned with our next video to ensure that we are going to cover. What we're going to cover next? We are going to cover some of the vectors, vector part of it. We are also going to cover the simplification. We are going to cover the single fraction. We are also going to cover tricky questions like this. right? So stay tuned. Thank you so much, guys. Keep solving, keep rocking.